of what's sparking revenge killing against former regime affiliates is the lack of accountability. So we didn't see transitional justice process in the last 6 months, and people are worried that their former perpetrators are off the hook because they're just living normal life. So they might decide and take their rights by their hands, and that's sparking a level of violence, revenge killing to start with. But then you get also the perception of basically linking the Alawi community to the former regime, because Bashar al-Assad was part of that community. So holding the community accountable at large, or at least the perception that if you're Alawi, you were affiliated with the former regime, you like it or not. That's why we've seen also violence against Alawi civilians in places like Homs and other places. And indeed, the two sectarian violence big events happen in the coast, in Latakia and Tartus in March, and then against the Druze community last month in April. Both speaks to the lack of rule of law, lack of accountability, and also the culture of impunity. Those people who committed these crimes filmed themselves. And by the way, we're carrying out a big investigation about the coastal violence. The prime base of that documentation is the videos filmed by the fighters themselves executing the civilians on the coast, because they filmed themselves. And that's culture of violence in the country. One big bad trend in Syria is filming the abuses, but also that's being corrected by let's kill them without filming, not let's stop the violence. And that's where accountability is important, transitional justice is important. Now, the government responded to the coastal violence and started a commission of inquiry for a month, and then extended one time for 3 months. Now, that 3 months coming up soon, and we'll have to see their investigations and their findings. But unless we see people held accountable there, we will not end with the culture of impunity. And that's very, very important. Like, the culture of impunity is so integrated in Syria, the culture of torture in Syria. Anybody who will capture somebody from the other side, they will torture them. Regardless who you are, regardless what side you were, if you were civilian, fighter, adult, minor, you'll be tortured. And I remember I was interviewed 2018, 2019 by what's New York Times, who will be your target in the torture atmosphere? Is it Ali Mamlouk or Jamil al-Hassan, the former leaders of the intelligence agencies? No, my target is the institution of torture, because torture is so institutionalized in Syria that all the parties of the conflict are practicing it.